Okay, in this lecture we're going to talk about equations with cube roots. So for example, let's suppose we want to solve an equation of this form, the cube root of 5x squared minus 12x plus 6, subtract the cube root of x equals 0. So we do this exactly the same as we did before. We isolate the cube roots, the radicals here. So I'm going to add the cube root of x to both sides. I'm going to get the cube root of 5x squared minus 12x plus 6 is equal to the cube root of x. Now what undoes a cube? Well, a cube root, obviously a cube, so I'm going to cube both sides here. Okay, this undoes the cube, so what I'm really solving is 5x squared minus 12x plus 6 equals x. If I now subtract x from both sides, I'll end up with 5x squared minus 13x plus 6 equals 0. Alright, now we have to solve this quadratic, and using the AC method, of course, we want factors of 5 times 6, which is 30, that add up to negative 13. Well, that's pretty easy. It's going to be negative, what are we going to have? Negative 15. Well, what are the factors? Negative 15. And we need this to be positive 30, so we need to be a little careful here. So it's not quite as easy as we sometimes first look at it. So we want, of course, these two, but these won't add up to 13. So what about negative 10? So these won't. What about negative 10 and negative 3? Well, that will certainly multiply to get 30, and they'll add to get negative 13. So it looks like we have this. Replace my negative 13 with these two. So I end up with taking out a 5x and getting an x take 2. Take out a 3 here, and I'll get an x take 2 as well. Okay, negative 3 by negative 2. So this implies that I have x take 2 by 5x take 3 equals 0. So this implies then that either x take 2 is 0, which implies x equals 2, or 5x take 3 equals 0, which implies that 5x equals 3 or x equals 3/5. So I've got two choices, alright, and we need to check both of them. So let's check for when x is equal to 2. Well, we'll come back to the original one up here, and we look at the cube root of 5 by 2 squared minus 12 by 2 plus 6 minus, actually we need to go to this one, don't we? Minus the cube root of 2. Is this equal to 0? So notice here, this will be the cube root of, let's have a look here, we're going to 420 minus 24 plus 6 minus the cube root of 2. Is this equal to 0? Well, here we imply that we have 26 minus 2 is the cube root of 2, minus the cube root of 2 is indeed equal to 0. So that's true, so this one here is a solution. Right, now we want to check x is equal to 3/5. So again, we want cube root of 5 by 3/5 squared minus 12 by 3/5 plus 6 minus the cube root of 3/5. Is this equal to 0? So this means the cube root of, let's have a look here, it's going to be 9 on 25, so it's going to be 9 on 5 when we cancel by 5s, minus 36 on 5, and of course plus 6 is going to be plus 30 on 5, minus 3 cube root of 3/5. Is this equal to 0? Well, what we have here is the cube root of, let's have a look, 9, 39 minus 6 is going to be 3/5, minus the cube root of 3/5 is equal to 0, so this is also a solution. So our solutions, alright, is in fact 3/5 and 2. Both of them are valid solutions.